Ambit recently identified Vinati as one of India's emerging global champions. Why is that the case, and what's the outlook ahead from the management's perspective? Let's get in Vinati Saraf, Mutreja, Executive Director at Vinati Organics. She joins us right now on the show. Vinati, good having you. Thanks so much for joining in. If you can just outline what you individually have in terms of your vision for the next 3 to 5 years, because if brokerage notes are to be believed, you are just beginning, despite the fact that you've had such a healthy revenue PAT CAGR growth rate over the last 5 to 10 odd years.
See, this year we will end at close to 750 crores. Now we are undertaking a large investment of about 900 crores spread over the next 3 years. Of which, so this is the largest investment of its type that our company will be taking on. 600 crores will be for PAP, which will be ready by January 2020, and 300 crores will be for butyl phenols. Now for the next, so the combined revenue potential of these two products is about 900 crores, which you can see from FY21 is when you will start seeing the results. Our existing products, isobutyl benzene and ATBS, are also fairly growing products also. IBB is used in ibuprofen. There's a new plant coming up for ibuprofen. ATBS is used across industries like oil and gas, water treatment. One of our largest competitors is exiting the business. So based on these two products and the new products that we added this year and the two products we added the year before, next 2 years you can expect 15% revenue growth.
Okay. But I'm sure you're not satisfied with that scale, Vinati, right? I mean, if you're being described as a global emerging champion, and I'm not just talking about the Ambit note, I've heard a clutch of other investors speak about the big things that the Indian specialty chemical businesses can do, you in particular can do as well. Would that be the ambition, or is the ambition with all of these capex plans and the organic growth in business that will anyways happen be a longer period growth rate of a particular percentage?
See, our internal target is to grow year on year at 15%. Now to do that, since we are into specialty chemicals, our selection process to get into chemicals is also very tight and very intensive, because the products that we get into, we would like to have some niche, especially in terms of unique process. We would like to be one of the largest players globally. So this selection process takes time. So at any given point, we have about 10 to 15 products at various stages of the R&D pipeline. Now some are at lab scale, some we are running pilot trials, some obviously don't see the light of the day, and few do. So we do have a 10-year long vision, and based on that we have a set plan for the next 5 years. We have the investment idea in place, and we should more than double our revenues after 3 to 4 years.
And that would probably entail huge capex as well. What kind of preparations do you have? What kind of funding do you already have in place?
See, as of now, we have cash on hand of about 150 crores. Our annual cash generation is 200 crore plus. For the next 3 years, we have a capex of 900 crores, and based on our internal accruals and existing cash on hand, we don't think we will need any external funding or even debt. If at all there's a small gap temporary, we might avail our working capital limits, which also we are not availing as of now.
And as you mentioned, there are several products at different stages of development. Any key product that you would like to highlight, or you have highlighted to the analysts you have been speaking to, that would probably be hitting key milestones over the next 12 months or so?
See, the butyl phenols, which is a downward integration of isobutylene, that is expected to be ready by January 2019, and that will add about 300 crores in revenues. That goes into fragrances and plastics and resins. The next 12 months growth is coming from the two products we added this year, which is PTBBA and PTBT, which goes into personal care and sunscreen industry. Last year also we had added two customized products. Those are also going to add to the growth in the next 12 months, along with ATBS and IBB.
Okay. The assumption that the street is also making, Vinati, is that for a clutch of products, you will, including, I mean, essentially ATBS and IBB, by virtue of the leadership that you anyways enjoy, you will be able to further increase the market share and pricing dominance in these two. Now, are these reasonable estimates? And if so, what's the extent of growth that these two, where you're already a leader, can have for you as a company over the course of the next 3 or 4 years, or maybe more?
See, IBB is used in ibuprofen. Now, ibuprofen is a relatively safe painkiller, available cheaply with very less side effects. So as a result, the demand for ibuprofen globally is growing. Demand is coming from developing countries, from aging population. Generally, people's tolerance towards pain is decreasing. So as of now, there's a shortage of ibuprofen in the market. Now, once the new plant for ibuprofen comes on stream after two years, we have announced to increase our IBB capacity by about from 16,000 to 25,000 tons. So we expect to achieve those numbers after 3 years. As far as ATBS goes, that's used across industries, across sunshine industries like water treatment, oil and gas, personal care, and our largest competitor is exiting the business. This year itself, we are seeing a 25% uptake in ATBS volumes. Going forward, we expect ATBS to increase at a steady 10 to 15%.
About your the pipeline that you have, I had one more question in my mind. What kind of success rate have we seen, or do we expect in terms of a particular product hitting the market successfully after the R&D process?
It's actually very low. I mean, if for one product to see the light of light at the end of the tunnel, we've probably studied about 10 to 15 products at the lab scale, at the R&D stage. But as we move forward for the pilot plant, for example, for PAP, we are running the pilot plant and it's fairly successful. We've got quite a lot of data, so we are quite sure we are going to go ahead with the commercialization of PAP. Similarly, butyl phenols, we are done with the pilot plant, we are done with the lab scale. We've already started commercializing or constructing the plant for butyl phenols as well.
Okay. So Vinati, the numbers seem well placed. Thank you so much for sharing some of this outlook with us. We look forward though, Vinati, to talk to you post your next quarter numbers as well, and hope you keep up the good work for the benefit of yourself as well as your shareholders. Thanks much for being with us today on Bloomberg Quint.